Hey everyone, Summer here with AstariaSen. If this is your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button if you like to hear about tarot cards or fairies or like book reviews on fairies or enjoy pagan stuff or spirituality or crafting because I'm a crafter. So if you like any of those things, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, today we are going to do the tag, the tarot tribe tag from I found mine from V Love and Crystals, and it is 15 questions essentially, and then the 16th one is tagging somebody on YouTube. I'm not going to be tagging anybody on YouTube. It's a VR or a hashtag, so if you want to do it, then please do so. However, let's get started. Okay, number one, how did you get into tarot oracle? I don't know, I just kind of found a book on Wicca, and I had my first tarot deck like 10 years ago that somebody gave me for fun just because it had fairies on it and I collect fairies. And my friend gave it to me, and I never really did anything with it until this last year in 2019 when I was looking up Wicca and I was looking up amulets. Well, technically I was looking up amulets for my crafting because I was going to try to craft like fun little amulets because I do the holistic fair every year. And I came across Wicca, and then suddenly I was playing with my oracle deck, my fairy oracle deck, and that's what happened. Am I drawn more to oracle or tarot, and why? I am drawn more as a reading person, as somebody who likes reading, to tarot because there's a lot of more information that you can get from it. It's easier to do for me intuitively because I don't have to consistently look at the book and see what the author wanted to happen. And I like the structure of it. I like the structure, and I'm a Capricorn, so of course I like the structure. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate oracles, because a lot of the face stuff that I like is oracle, which is interesting, right? All right, if you could create your own deck, what would it be? I would make my own fairy goblin deck based off my fairy goblins that I create. I really would. Like, look at these guys. He's adorable. Now imagine him with wings, sleeping, hanging out as a hermit or something. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think, or even the moon. Yeah, sleeping up underneath the moon or something. I don't know. I think it would be awesome. So yeah, fairy goblins. Okay. Show us your first deck. All right. The Fairy Brown, or Fairy Brown, Amy Brown Oracle, the first version, not this new one that came out, the first version that came out, what, back in, was it 2010 or something like that? Don't these, they usually have like a publication date somewhere, but this one apparently doesn't. Anyways, yeah, it's the one that came out like 10 years ago, not the new one. And I actually have a walkthrough if you want to watch that up here, the new one and the old one together. So I will put that up here if you actually want to see it. I'm not going to flip through all the cards. Number 5, show a recent deck and a recent crystal. Why did they call to you? Well, I don't really buy a lot of crystals, so I don't really have any recent crystals that I've gotten, really. I think I got a rose quartz recently. I think I did. And I don't know, I like rose quartz. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. I like the pinkish aspect. And also I think it'll be good for Astara altar. So I'm going to put it on my Astara altar. That's why I actually got it. And then my most recent deck that I got is the Chrysalis deck, which I did a walkthrough on, and I'll put it up here. But I really like this deck. It's not necessarily specific RWS. It's kind of non-traditional. I'm not sure if it's Thoth or RWS or a mixture of both or what. It doesn't necessarily read like an RWS and all the cards. It's a little different. All right. But I do like it because of the Fae energy in it. Number 6, if you could share one tip with someone learning tarot for the first time, what would it be? Just do it. Pick up your deck and start reading for people. Get involved. That's what I would suggest. Read for yourself, read for a family member, read for a friend, find a community and ask if you can read for them. Just get involved, because that's the best way to learn, is to do. I feel like the best way to learn is to do. And it doesn't matter if you're reading from the book or if you're reading intuitive or however you do it. Just start doing it and you'll learn which way works best for you really fast. All right, number 7. First tarot tuber you followed. Honestly, the first actual tarot person that I followed was Tarot Oracle, because I had started looking up YouTube channels to learn how to read tarot, and he has a great series on reading tarot. He's got like a whole series on how to read the tarot, and I found that fabulous. Like, it helped me so much. So he was the first actual tarot tuber that I started watching, was Tarot Oracle, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description. All right, number 8, life before tarot, holistic path, and where did you come from? I don't know that I came from anywhere specific. Like, my mother was Lutheran, Christian Lutheran, but I didn't really go to church a lot until I got married, and then I went to church a lot, and I was basically just Christian. And my husband was extremely religious. But I have been apart from him for many, many, many years, and the path that I'm on is something I came across on my own. After being in a very healthy place, I came across the spiritual path, the pagan, eclectic fae path. I'm not a fairy Wicca person, but I am very fae orientated, and I like the fae energy, and I like energy based work kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the basic way that happened. It kind of happened by accident. Number 9, favorite go-to spread. I don't really have a favorite go-to spread right now. I'm still working on what I'm learning. The 3-card spread is easy because I do tarot readings once a week in a big giant group, and we learn how to do tarot with each other, and we're constantly moving from one person to the next, and it's really easy to do a 3-card spread. So if I had to pick a card spread, it would be the 3-card spread, just because it's the easiest for me to do, but it's not necessarily my favorite. It's just the one I know best. Let's see, the next one, most anticipated deck of 2020. I don't really have one right now because I haven't looked at a lot of the decks coming out for 2020. I just, I buy a lot of decks that are older decks that I want, especially Fae orientated. And so I think that the most anticipated deck for me had been the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, the new one, based off my very first one. So this one right here is the one that I was anticipating the most this year so far. So that's what I got for you. And the next question is number 11. What's in your tarot wish list? I have a lot of fairy cards in my tarot wish list. I also want the Hush Tarot really badly. And yeah, there's a lot in my fairy wish list. So I can't remember like all of them specifically. I know that I want the Hush Tarot. I just really I like collecting the fairy decks. I like the fae energy from them. And I recently got one off one of my wish lists here a couple weeks ago that I'm going to do a walkthrough on, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm not really going to go into that one, but the Hush Tarot is pretty big on my wish list, honestly. It's not necessarily fae, but I really like the cards. I think they're very pretty, and I really like the energy that I see from them from other people's channels. Okay, number 12, what were your impressions or fears about tarot? My impression about tarot is I didn't realize there was a difference between tarot and oracle and thoth and RWS and Lenormand, and I didn't know any of that. So I was quite blissfully ignorant about all of that when I started. When it came to reading, I didn't mind reading for myself. I was terrified to read for other people because I was afraid of getting it wrong. That was like my biggest fear, and I'm still struggling with that, but I'm working through it. Number 13, would you like to start reading tarot? Well, I already started reading tarot, so yes. 14, have you ever gotten a reading from another reader, and what were your feelings toward it? I get a new reading from several readers every single week at the tarot group that I go to where we learn how to do tarot. I've been doing it for months, and honestly, I like getting readings from other people because it's a learning experience. I get to see how somebody else reads the tarot, and I get to read them the tarot and build my confidence. So I really enjoy getting readings from other people. I do. What is it? Number 15, what kind of vibes do you like to feel when you're getting a reading? I like positive. I don't like it when somebody has just got negative information after negative information after negative information. You can put a good spin on a bad thing. All the cards can be put in a bad or a good light. You're choosing which light you're putting it into. And I prefer to have that positive spin on it, even if it's the Tower card. Yeah, you know what? The top of the tower is crashing, but the bottom is still there. That's a foundation. That's saying that there is something there. There's still hope. There's still something you can do. There's a way to move forward. So that's not a bad card to me. You know, death. Everybody sees death and they're like, oh my God, it's death. But really, it's just this transformation. One part of your like spirituality, one part of your spirituality might be dying in order for another part of your spirituality to come into existence. That's not anything bad. It's just a way of moving forward. So I think that we can spin it in a positive light. And so I like that positive. I want that positive spin when I give or get readings. And then, of course, the last one is 16, which is tag somebody, but I will not be tagging anybody. Anyways, I did enjoy doing this tarot tribe tag from V Love and Crystals. I will leave links in the description of stuff that I spoke about as much as I can anyways. And I hope you guys have a very wonderful day.